A lot of you ask for prepping tips for people who live in an apartment, so let's go over some today. First is that you need to prioritize essentials since you don't have a lot of space. Focus on food, water, shelter, power, security, and medical supplies. Anything else is probably going to be a waste of space. For storing water, you need to purchase stackable water containers like water bricks. Stacking will be your best bet since you don't have a lot of space. Next, you need to make sure you have a water bob, which is a bathtub liner that you can fill with water during an emergency. Since you can't store a lot of water, make sure you have a countertop gravity water filter or a life straw or both. This way, when your limited water supply runs out, you can go out and get more water, filter it, and make it safe to drink. For food, try to focus on non-perishables with a long shelf life, minimal preparation, and lots of calories. For canned food, mainly get meat, beans, fruits, and vegetables. Anything else like soup or canned bread is probably going to be a waste of space. For dry foods, get rice, pasta, beans, oats, and quinoa. High energy and high calorie items like peanut butter, protein bars, and powdered milk. Get freeze-dried meals and MREs for your evacuation kit. Try and vacuum seal as many items as you can so they take up less space. Try to get containers that are mostly the same size, fill them up with supplies, stack them in closets, corners, and unused spaces. Make sure you're using all the space under your bed as well. Get a first in, first out canned food organizer shelf for your canned food. Another good option is to install wall-mounted shelves in unused spaces. If possible, get a solar generator because gas generators will make a lot of noise and will draw a lot of attention to you. For the solar panels, you can get balcony racks or mounts that you can put on the outside of your balcony and they'll still take in the sun. If the water stops running for sanitation and waste, you can use 5-gallon buckets lined with garbage bags. Get butane or propane stoves, but use them on your balcony because you don't want carbon monoxide buildup in a closed space. It's extremely dangerous. If you live on the second or third floor, you can get a fire escape ladder and use it to escape during an emergency. Make sure you know all your exits and escape routes for your building. If there's a nuclear attack, your underground parking can offer you a lot of protection because of the concrete. When it comes to home security, I like apartments because there's only one point of entry. It's very unlikely that someone will break into the balcony. In a house, you have a front door, a back door, a basement, and a bunch of windows that are easily breakable. In my experience, the doors on apartments are a lot stronger than the ones on houses. I came up to my floor one time back in the 3rd grade and there was a guy trying to break into my house and I think he had a crowbar, but by the time I got to the door, he was already gone. My whole entire lock was dented, but he wasn't able to get in the door. The door was a very, very thick and strong door. Most apartments, I'm sure, still have a similar type of door. Up until the age of 18, I lived in an apartment and I've had a bunch of situations like that and no one's been able to break in. Since then, every single house that I've lived in has had a very, very thin and flimsy front door. Now, with your emergency evacuation supplies, maybe you can get away with having really large containers because your front door and your car are right there and you can quickly transfer this stuff in. In an apartment building, you may have to go down a bunch of flights of stairs. You don't want to do that with large and heavy containers in your hand. Go for smaller containers that you can easily carry and go for a well-made bug-out bag with only high-quality essential supplies. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.